New Year's Eve, Jacko. Big night tonight, but we'll do the Armour All Summer Grill before we get too carried away with bringing in 2015. The question today, can Tekno take Shane van Gisbergen to a V8 Supercars Championship crown? I think they can. I think he's the next threat to Win Cup. He's got the same car, he's got the same package, but will he is probably another question.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they can, because you're right, Shane van Gisbergen is a seriously good driver, and he's someone that can take it to Win Cup in the same car. We've seen that this year and indeed last year. But it's just whether a one-car team can win a championship. Last time we saw it was with Glenn Seaton way back in the 90s.
But the era's different, Jacko. They're not just your plain Jane one-car country bumpkin race team. They're running 888 gear. They're running Kenny McNamara engines. Their package is the same as 888, and I would say in 2014 they look like they've built a closer relationship with 888 than they had previously. So Van Gisbergen's interesting even on his own as a driver. We've seen some blitzing days from him in 2014, and we've seen more of them in the season than we saw in last season and the season before that. So he's stringing more of them together. I like what I see in him. I like the racer in him. I like how he goes and does Daytona, and he goes drifting, and he does the NZ Super Tours. He looks more comfortable in his own skin too. You can see it in the way he's interviewed and the way he's presenting himself and the like. He's growing into the capabilities that we know that he has. But are they enough to bump old six-time off his perch?
Time will tell, but for me it's still the good and bad days. Tekno, Shane van Gisbergen, their good days are really good, but their bad days are poor. You know, places like Perth in 2014, shocking. Qualifying the back row, race last. I mean, those days can't happen if you're going to win a championship. Yeah. And that's what they've got to
And you can't just say, because that's always been a bad place for Shane, so you can't just say, this is a bad place for me, let's just write it off and we'll go to the next one. You've got to find a way to scrounge a result out of it.
And that's where Ambrose was really good. You know, he could go to places where he didn't like, have a bad day and still finish fifth. And that's what Shane's got to do. Got to improve the bad days and you'll win a championship.
So I think at the end of it all, my opinion is, he is the new threat to Win Cup. He's more of a threat in my mind for 2015 than Craig Lowndes.
Well, Shane, this is all about next year. A couple of years under your belt here at Tekno. Yep. Do you think you've got what it can take to really take to the championship in 15?
Yeah, we've been getting better and better and been leading some big races and had really good speed. So, yeah, definitely we can. All the tracks in the last 2 years we've been quick at, so just got to keep at it.
The thing about it is you're a single car team. I mean, everyone talks about multiple car teams, but these guys can compete?
Yeah, being two would be definitely better. There's still plans in the pipeline for that to happen, so I hope it does, and I hope we have a strong teammate, because that'll really help. But in saying that, one car's worked well, just focusing all the resources on one. But times when we struggle at a track, you know, we got no one to bounce ideas off. It's hard to pull ourselves out of the hole.
Is that the hardest thing that's happened this year? I mean, you either, for want of a better term, are right up the front, yep, or you're a fair way back. Yeah,
that's only really happened at 1 or 2 rounds, which has been good. Perth was the worst one. We hit the track with a really bad car, and we got slightly better, but we were stuck up the back the whole time. So it was hard to move forward, but all the other tracks we've got a good base setup, and it's really helped us. But yeah, that odd time when we struggle, it hurts.
And obviously, results-wise, I mean, what do you think it takes to win a championship? Do you know what that is yet?
Yeah, you just got to be up there the whole time, but we've had some bad ones where we should have capitalised, even Clipsal when we got that penalty for that funny restart, and then Bathurst with the starter motor and stuff like that. So, you know, just little stuff like that adds up and really hurts, and, you know, those are the missing points at the end of the day.
Looking forward to 2015, what do you think this race team needs to really challenge for the championship?
Every race team needs resource, and however you determine what that resource is, or however it's paid for, every team needs that. So that's a given. The experience that we've earned this year, we will review over the winter. Where we're weak, we will strengthen, and where we're strong, we will improve.
Looking at, obviously, your driver lineup, Shane's had a very good year. Lots of good performances, great performances. Is it just a matter of making sure all those performances are put together for the whole year? Is it as simple as that?
Well, you can simplify it to that level if you wish. As you peel back the layers of what it takes to generate a season-long campaign and actually be successful everywhere or be strong everywhere. It's a very hard task, and there are an immense amount of variables involved in dealing with it, and you can't predict all of those. And that's where the resource argument comes in. The greater the resource you have, the more effort you can apply to minimising the variables that are going to catch you out.
And just finally, I guess with those resources, you think this team has the potential to do it, though?
If we find those resources, there is no doubt we can do it.
Each and every day on the Armour All Summer Grill, you've got the chance to win one of these, the Armour All Detailing Kit. All you have to do is to subscribe to speedcafe.com.
To find out if you've won, visit and like the speedcafe.com Facebook page.
Possibly the very simplest tip I can give you when washing a car. Don't be a dill and wash your wheels and drag all the grime and brake dust up onto your paint and put swirls possibly in your paintwork. Why not just use 2 sponges? One for the paintwork, one for the wheels. And really, for the sake of a couple of bucks, tell me why you wouldn't do that.